Alright, so I solved this a couple times, and I found out a couple things. I also did lubricate it with my CRC silicone spray, and I didn't do any damage to the plastic. I very carefully took out just a white thing, a little white centerpiece, and then a tan centerpiece because they're opposite of each other. And also because if I did get any silicone on them, I don't think that, at least the white, it wouldn't do anything to. Might do something to the tan. But I very carefully sprayed it in there and then, worked it all around. If a little drip of silicone got on any other of the colors, then all I did was wipe it off and, keep going. And the result is the puzzle turns very well now. I definitely wasn't able to do this as easily before. It still does pop because it still catches. So this turns well, this turns great. Right there. So what I'm going to do is fix that by taking these pieces and sanding them down. So I'm just getting rid of that extra little bit of plastic right there because that's what's hooking. So here I have 150 grit sandpaper, and here we go. Since there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centerpieces, and there's 12 sides, that means that there's 60 of these little caps. This is probably going to take a while. Most likely I will not show it all in video, because you don't need to see it all in video. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. So I'm going to finish the rest of this off camera, but this gives me a good chance to show you some of the internals of this puzzle. So you could see everything is colored plastic, even the insides. So when you're solving this, it's pretty interesting. Because you can have it completely solved, yet the face underneath can be a different color. So say these are all orange, you can really have the green face in there. And with these pieces here, so I just finished sanding all of these down and putting it back together, and wow, does it make a difference. I did lubricate it, and to show you what it looks like lubricated and with all of these sanded down, just watch. You could twist it, nothing happens. Everything turns, I tensioned it as well. Everything turns amazing now. It hasn't popped on me once. And partway through, I decided to stop sanding them, and instead I just used a razor blade. And you're not supposed to cut towards your thumb, but I just cut off the little wings, the little extended pieces, and just shaved it down until it was smooth. That gives a much cleaner finish and also a lot faster than sandpaper. So as you can see, I also solved it. Now right here, this is the completely solved state, and I say completely because since it is a colored puzzle, not only are the outsides colored plastic, but the internals are as well, as you saw before. So I solved it for, this is basically like a Gigaminx, but the middle edge piece and the middle centerpiece are hidden, and so that's what these are. And the middle edge piece, it would be the green yellow edge piece. You can see right there's another one. So it's a pretty interesting puzzle. You can have it completely solved and still have it look scrambled on the inside. Alright, I'll get back to you when this is finished. So this is the completely solved state, and I say completely solved because not only are the outside, the external colors together, but the internal ones are as well. You can see these internal edge pieces are solved, the centers are aligned with the outside centers. I think this gives it a pretty cool look too. It almost looks like the Kilominx. I mean, this is the Master Kilominx, but the Kilominx, in my opinion, had a much better design because it wouldn't hook. I mean, I don't have it, but from what I've seen, it doesn't hook like this did, the centerpieces. So I'm really happy with the outcome after a little bit of work. And I mean, it didn't take long at all, especially once I started using the razor blade. But I'm very happy with how this came out. And I lubricated it just a little bit. So I tensioned it to my liking so far. And it still feels like it can get a tad bit better, but I think that will just be breaking in. Like the yellow side here is a little bit tight. It's still amazing though. What's pretty interesting about this puzzle, which I said before, is how it looks in a completely solved state compared to, I'll call it, the externally solved state. So this is how it looks when the puzzle is completely solved, 100% externally and internally. And this is how it looks completely scrambled. And lastly, this is how it looks when it is solved normally. So if you have a stickered Master Kilominx, that would be a Master Kilominx in any one color. This would be solved. But with the colorless version, since the internals are colored, you could see there's a pink middle in there, and I didn't line it up with this pink. And there's a gray middle in there, I didn't line it up with this. Also, the pieces on the inside are mixed up. This is basically like solving this. Now this is a Gigaminx by mf8, and I solved it exactly how I solved this. First, you only get these 5 center pieces, and I'll match it up here. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 center pieces are the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 these center pieces, and it looks mixed up in the middle just as it's mixed up in this middle. And after you solve all the centers, you pair the edges, not paying attention to the middle, just as we didn't pay attention to the middle here. Also, we didn't line up the centerpieces like we didn't line up the centerpieces here. You could see pink is there, that one's lined up, that's yellow, it's orange. This is an extremely fun puzzle to solve. After I sanded down the little extra plastic, it's awesome. I think it looks great too. And it would bother me to leave it like this, so I am going to go ahead and solve it completely, just to have it displayed. I think it will look nicer. Would I recommend this puzzle? Yes, definitely. It is a bit on the pricey side. It's about $42 if I remember correctly. But after you take a little time, I would say maybe about an hour, just cutting off the little pieces of plastic, and lubricate it, tension it, and it's definitely a very fun puzzle. This one is a lot of fun. I give it a 2 thumbs up. So everyone, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.